Hello Mila, hello Jack. Hello everybody else who's watching, and welcome to Storytime with Grandad. Today's book is from Fireman Sam, and it is Fireman Sam and Naughty Norman. It was tea time on the day before Christmas Eve in Pontypandy. Time to try out the Christmas lights, said Fireman Sam. But the lights aren't usually switched on till Christmas Eve, said James. That's right, agreed Fireman Sam. But it's always a good idea to check them first. Can we watch Uncle Sam? Asked Sarah, as Fireman Sam and Fireman Elvis Cridlington lifted a big box out of Jupiter's cap. Certainly, said Fireman Sam, but stay over there near Dillis's shop. I don't want you tripping over all these wires. Blinking butties, laughed Elvis. This lot's more tangled up than my spaghetti. It took a long time to unravel the long string of lights and check that none of the glass bulbs were broken. They all seem okay, said Fireman Sam. Let's hang them on the tree, said Elvis. They carefully wound the lights all around the Christmas tree, from the bottom to the very tip-top. Now then, Elvis, said Fireman Sam, let's see if they are all working. Elvis plugged in the lights, and they shone brightly, red, blue, green, yellow and purple. Hooray! Cheered Sarah and James. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, cried Bella from the door of her cafe. Let's have a nice cup of coffee to celebrate. She made 2 steaming hot cups of coffee for the fireman and 2 mugs of hot chocolate for the twins. Here you are, she said, handing round the tray of drinks. This should warm you up nicely. Thanks very much, Bella, said Elvis. Lucky I bought some peanut butter and banana sandwiches along with me. Now we can really celebrate. He took a big packet of sandwiches out of his coat pocket. Help yourself, he said. Thanks, Elvis, said Fireman Sam, but I'm not very hungry. Oh, but you'll love these, Elvis insisted. Peanut butter and banana. Oh, but you'll love these, Elvis insisted. Peanut butter and banana and lots of salad cream. He pushed a sandwich into Fireman Sam's hand, then turned to the twins. Here, you have one too, he said. Fireman Sam bit into his sandwich. Salad cream squelched out all over his hands. Yuck, he groaned, and quickly shoved the sandwich into his pocket. Finished already? Asked Elvis, turning to Fireman Sam. Very nice, Elvis, thanks, mumbled Fireman Sam. Have another, said Elvis. You must be starving. No, thanks, flustered Fireman Sam. I don't want to spoil my dinner. Sarah and James couldn't eat their sandwiches either. What can we do with them? Whispered Sarah. Put it under your hat, hissed James, and they quickly hid their sandwiches under their woolly bobble hats. Right then, said Fireman Sam when they'd finished their drinks. Back to work. Thank you very much, Bella. What are you going to do with the lights? Asked Sarah. We'll leave them up there, but we'll turn them off for now, said Fireman Sam. Then tomorrow, Station Officer Steele will come and switch on the lights for Christmas. You won't forget, will you? Asked James. Forget Christmas? Laughed Fireman Sam. Certainly not. Come on, Elvis. We'd better get back to the fire station. Elvis gulped down the last of his sandwich. Rightio, he said, and he jumped to his feet, but he'd forgotten about the rest of the sandwiches lying in his lap. As he sprang up, they went flying all over the road. Watch out, cried Sarah, but it was too late. Elvis trod slap bang on the slimy sandwiches. Squelch! The sticky sandwich filling squirted out underneath his big boots, and before he could stop himself, Elvis went slipping and sliding across the square. Help! He yelled. Somebody catch me! Sarah and James tried to grab him, but as Elvis stumbled, he stepped on a skateboard left out by naughty Norman Price. Poor Elvis shot off straight into the middle of the Christmas tree. Bang went the lights with a flash as they exploded. That's blown it, groaned Fireman Sam. Blown everything else too, said James. The lights had gone out all over Pontypandy. Dilys and Norman came hurrying out of Dilys's shop to see what had happened. Together they pulled Elvis out of the prickly Christmas tree. "Are you all right?" asked Sarah as she dusted the pine needles off Elvis's jacket. I think so," said Elvis, "but what about the lights?" "They're out all over the village," said Fireman Sam. "But we should be able to fix them. Let's go up to the generator." "Come on then," said Elvis. "Let's go." Fireman Sam turned back. "You leave those lights alone," he warned. "Don't touch anything till I get back." The children nodded and watched Jupiter go roaring up the hill to the electricity generator just outside the village. "Poor Elvis," sighed Sarah. "He's really upset." "Oh, I'm sure everything will be all right," said Dilys. "Why, when I was a little girl, we never had fancy electric lights on our Christmas tree. We just had candles." "Candles?" cried Bella. "We had candles in Italy too. Pretty little candles. Fantastico." Norman grinned at Sarah and James. "We've got some candles in the shop," he whispered. "I'll show you." He led them into the dark shop and opened one of the drawers under the counter. "Look at this lot," he said. "But aren't they a bit big for the tree?" asked James. "The bigger the better," laughed naughty Norman. "Uncle Sam told us not to touch anything," said Sarah. "He told us not to touch the lights," said Norman. "He never said anything about the tree. Come on, don't be so soft, Sarah." They took a handful of candles and went back into the square. Dilys and Bella were now chatting inside the cafe. "What if they see us?" hissed James. "They won't," giggled Norman. "It'll be a lovely surprise for everyone." They tried to put the candles on the tree, but James was right. They were far too big. "Just lean them against the branches," said Norman, and he shoved them on, higgledy-piggledy, all over the place. "That'll do," he said, and he took a box of matches from his pocket. "Stand back," he ordered, and started to light all the wobbly candles. 1, 2, 3... "Stop!" Norman cried. "Sarah, they're falling over." The flickering flames from the candles caught the dry branches of the tree, and they started to burn. "Help!" shouted James as the tree burst into flames. Bella and Dilys came running out of the cafe, but it was too late. The Christmas tree was blazing like a bonfire. "We must call the fire brigade," cried Bella. Fireman Sam was on the hilltop overlooking Pontypandy. He picked up the emergency message on Jupiter's radio. "Quick, Elvis," he called. "There's a fire in the village." Elvis looked down the valley and saw the flames flickering in the evening sky. "Jumping jam jars," he cried. "We'd better get down there fast." They reached the square in record time, but it was no good. The pretty little Christmas tree was burnt to a frazzle. "What happened?" asked Fireman Sam. "We did it," said James and Sarah, looking ashamed. "We wanted to make the tree look nice." Fireman Sam stared at them. "I told you not to touch anything," he said seriously. "It was my fault," said Norman bravely. "I told them to put Mam's candles on the tree." "Norman, how could you?" scolded Dilys. "But Mam," said Norman, "you said you had candles on your Christmas tree when you were little." Dilys glared at him. "Yes, we did, but not enormous ones like that," she said. "And we clipped them on too, so that they didn't fall over and burn the branches." "What a mess," sighed Fireman Sam. "First we have no lights, and now we have no tree." "Well, at least the generator is fixed," said Dilys, as the lights came back on. "That's a relief." "Humph," grunted Fireman Sam. "But what do we do about the Christmas tree? Station Officer Steele will be very disappointed." "We can't do anything now, sir," said Elvis. "It's too dark. But perhaps we could drive to the pine woods tomorrow. There are plenty of good fir trees in there." Fireman Sam nodded his head. "Perhaps," he said. "But meanwhile, I'm going to take these rascals home before they can cause any more mischief." Early the next morning, Fireman Sam phoned up Farmer Jones, who owned the pine woods, and asked if they could have one of his trees. "Certainly," said Farmer Jones. "You just help yourselves. Take a nice one, though. Nothing but the best for the children of Pontypandy." Fireman Sam and Elvis parked Jupiter on the edge of the pine woods. "Nothing but the best," Elvis reminded Fireman Sam. "That's right," said Fireman Sam, "but I won't chop our tree down. I'll dig it up by the roots and plant it in the village square." "That's a brilliant idea," said Elvis. "Now, which one do you fancy?" They stood and looked at the pretty trees with their slender trunks and delicate branches. "That one," said Fireman Sam. "It's not too big or too little, and it's nice and bushy at the bottom." They carefully dug up the tree and took it back to Pontypandy. The children were delighted. "We're going to plant it here," said Fireman Sam, and he dug a large hole for the tree. "Whoopee!" cried the children. "We'll have a Christmas tree all year round." "That's right," smiled Fireman Sam, "but we'll only decorate it at Christmas." "Pity we haven't got any nice lights to put on it this year," said James. "I may be able to do something about that," said Fireman Sam. The twins looked hopefully at him. "Some proper lights, Uncle Sam?" asked James. "Wait and see," smiled Fireman Sam. Back at the fire station, Fireman Sam rummaged around in a cupboard under the stairs. He soon found what he was looking for: a string of Christmas tree lights shaped like candles. He and Elvis went back to the square and carefully hung them on the tree, checking that each bulb was securely in its holder. "That should do it," he said, as they finished connecting them all up. "And no accidents this time, Elvis." Later that evening, just as it was getting dark, everybody gathered in the square for the official lighting of the Christmas tree. Station Officer Steele made a short speech and then flipped the switch. The lights came on and twinkled prettily. "Uncle Sam's lights are much nicer than the old ones," said Sarah. "Yes," said James, "and much safer than candles too." The tree flickered and glowed in the soft light, and everybody smiled, for tomorrow would be Christmas Day. They stood round the tree and sang together. "We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hooray!" The end. Goodbye, Mila. Goodbye, Jack. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.